We have to be in one of the most weirdest Twilight Zone paradigms that I think we as black people, especially black men, have been in a very, very long time. So we all know what's going on with Kyrie Irving. I don't want to rehash that because I dumped all of what I had to say in a 30-minute plus video that many of you have already watched already. As a matter of fact, at the time of me recording this, over 10,000 of you have watched it in a day. I salute all of you for listening to what I had to say. But then let's fast forward to now with Jalen Rose. Now, this one really blindsided everybody. So in case you're unaware, Jalen Rose asked a question that many of us on the outside looking in have questioned when it came to the Ime Udoka situation. Of course, you know, Ime Udoka, he ended up getting pretty much at this point, they might as well just say fired from being the Boston Celtics coach because of an affair he was having with a couple of the women on his staff. And one of the women that's in question, we never found out her name. It's almost like she's a phantom. And there was always speculations of who this woman was. I'm not going to go into those speculations here, but many of you have assumptions and speculations of who that woman is and who she's probably attached to, which is probably why they never revealed who she is. Let's just say she's most likely connected to a higher up, and I'll just leave it there. But Jalen Rose just simply asked the question that many of us have been questioning for so long, and that is, who is this woman? Why hasn't she ever been named? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the article. I'm going to read his quote. Then I'm going to play the audio of what happened after, and I mean almost immediately after, when he asked that question. ESPN analyst Jalen Rose found himself quickly apologizing on the air Friday for an aside about suspended Boston Celtics head coach Ime Udoka. Speaking during ESPN's NBA Countdown show before a game between the Celtics and Chicago Bulls, Rose questioned why the woman at the center of the sexual misconduct allegations against Udoka had not been publicly identified. We know Udoka's name. Maybe I'm missing something as it relates to the law, but don't we know her name? It's not like she's a minor. I feel like we should know her name publicly as well. Udoka was suspended for the season after allegations of an inappropriate workplace relationship came to light. While the relationship was initially reported as consensual, the woman's status as Udoka's subordinate and alleged crude language and unwanted advances on the coach's part complicated an already messy situation. At halftime of the Bulls Celtics game, Rose quickly delivered an apology. And I'm going to let y'all listen to what he said.
I'm Jalen Rose, and I would like to apologize for a comment I made earlier on NBA Countdown. I question why a woman's name who had an alleged affair with Celtics head coach Ime Udoka was not made public. After an internal investigation, and it was discovered that she was a subordinate to the head coach, I now understand fully why her name should not be released to the public. Now back to our NBA coverage.
Now, I'm listening to him as he's saying this, and it sounds so scripted. If you looked at how his face looks, and this is actually a screenshot that you see on your page, on the video screen, on your screen right now, of when he made this apology. It sounded so scripted. It did not sound genuine or something that came from him. It's almost like something they quickly wrote when they went to a commercial break, because it's like, how dare you question who this woman is? But that's a question that the public has been having since this whole scandal went down over a month ago. It's something that people have been wanting to know. Who is this other woman? Especially if y'all saying that this was consensual. But that, like I said, all it's going to do is make people press the issue even more. But the fact that they made this man quickly apologize after a commercial break, just that fast. I'm just saying, like, y'all see what's going on. And as we all know, Jalen Rose used to be in the NBA. No longer anymore. He does, he's a sports analyst. Now, what I find to be very interesting is that they still haven't made Brett Favre apologize for what he did. He still hasn't paid back that $220,000+ of interest on those millions of dollars that he stole in welfare funds. And what I find interesting as well is that whenever you bring up Brett Favre, you had some of his sycophants talking about, well, he was retired when he did what he did. Why does he have to apologize? Well, Jalen Rose is retired when he said what he said. Why did he have to apologize? See, we can do this tit for tat thing all day. And he was made to immediately apologize. Then it goes on to some other stuff in here where it says why alleged victims of sexual misconduct aren't publicly identified. And I'm not even going to read into all of that because I just know it's going to be a lot of cover language. I'm just saying this. When it came to that whole Me Too situation, all those women were put out there. A lot of them put themselves out there. But they're covering for something. They are really covering for a lot of things that's going on over there with that situation. As y'all know, also Ime Udoka is most likely going. They're allegedly saying he most likely will probably be the coach for the Nets, which is crazy considering all the stuff they got going on right now with Kyrie Irving. Like I said, the NBA is showing its natural ass right now. It really is, and not in a good way. And here we have yet again a black man who has had to quote unquote apologize for asking the hot take questions. In other words, he wasn't supposed to ask that question. It wasn't part of the script. He went off script. So now they had to snap him back into place, almost like a broken bone or a fractured bone, if you will. I'm telling you, the NBA must want people to want, the NBA organization must want to lose a lot of viewers this year. Because it's a whole lot of shady, grimy BS that is going on within this organization, even with the people that are attached. Of course, those who are attached look more so like Jalen Rose than, say, Dirk Nowitzki. This just, like I said, blindsided the hell out of me and everybody else, because I said it's a burning question that people have had for a while. Who is this woman? Why hasn't she been identified with something that they say is consensual? Let's all remember this too. If this woman is who a lot of people assume it is, then wouldn't that be considered committing adultery or being infidelity, or let's just flat out call it what it is, cheating on their spouse? Now, we all know that Ime Udoka cheated on Nia Long. Like, that's pretty much public now, but they don't want to put it out there who they think it is. Because if it is who people think it is, then this person cheated on their spouse or their husband. Because people have pretty much guessed or assumed that it is a PC woman that is married to this higher up individual, and that allegedly, now this was alleged, that she got exposed because she was talking about, or she and a friend were talking about what her and Ime were doing, and it got caught on the Ring alarm, or the Ring camera. That's what was put out there, and that's pretty much how they said, oh, that was her. So there you go. It pretty much all lines itself up, but they're trying to keep it hush hush because this is almost like they're trying to protect the integrity of their relationship or whatever it is they got going on over there. And it makes you wonder, are they trying to force Ime Udoka out of the situation? Well, not out of the situation, but out of the Celtics to keep this thing from continuing to fester over. But it won't really, if you really think about it. They're going to continue to question it, and it's going to make that move even more suspicious.